Hey everybody, what's going on? Z Garcia here again. I'm just finalizing some stuff. Today we are continuing our campaign through the Dunwich Legacy with this scenario here. Scenario number 4 according to their numbering, though again there were 2 in the original base box, and this is called Blood on the Altar. It's creepy! And so on last week's episode, I was riding on a train, perfectly peaceful train ride, trying to get to Dunwich itself. And some beasties came out of the sky. They tore a hole up in the sky and started sucking up the train and killing people, and craziness ensued. But I made it. I completed that one with a positive outcome and got some victory points. I also went ahead and fixed my deck of cards, which had a misplaced card, as in I put a card in the deck that was an illegal build. So I fixed that up, and I think I souped up one of my other cards as well. So I replaced that, I forget with what, and I got a better first aid as well. So that's where I'm at with the character progression. I'm going to need this here. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. Okay, so I've got 2 physical trauma, and I've got 2 unspent experience anyway. I'll maybe use those later on after this. I've also got over here, I went ahead and got those coin holder thingies that I've seen online for the tokens. So they are encased in plastic. Hopefully, I doubt it, but hopefully it'll keep me from drawing that worst Doom token of all 4 times in a single game. We'll see. I also have a miniature I'm playing with because Tom Vassell loves miniatures, and he had these. So he saw me about to play, and he went, "Oh, who are you playing?" And he ran and found this. He did. That happened. All right. So here is the deal. Most everything is set up. I have arrived at Dunwich, and I have now to set up just this deck of cards here, which are the possible these are some of the new people in the setting, and I'm going to shuffle it up together with a couple of new characters, Earl Sawyer and Zebulon there, and they become the potential sacrifices. So I'm going to shuffle these 4 cards up and just set that deck aside somewhere. I did not glue my token holders together. Are they going to pop apart? I haven't really messed with them too much. They seemed sturdy enough. All right, so I'm going to set that deck aside. Those are the potential sacrifices. And I also have to take here the chamber, the hidden chamber, and the key to the chamber. And together with 3 cards from the top of the deck, mix all that up, and then put one face down under each of the outer locations besides the village commons here. So I'm going to do that now as well. And then I'll go ahead and read the story, see what's going on. Everything else in the setup is done. Let's fix that. Tom Vassell. And then we are ready to begin. I've got my 2 physical trauma there. Everything else is good to go. All right. So one of these under each of those locations, like so. All right. I'm going to start in the Village Commons, and I am going to take off my watch, because it can be annoying sometimes in the shot. Shuffle my deck and read a little fluff. The fluffery. Here we go. So we've got, when you finally reach Dunwich, you are greeted by Zebulon Wadley. I still don't know how you say that. If somebody knows how to pronounce this cat's last name, let me know. And Earl Sawyer, another man from the village who had met with Dr. Armitage during the incident several months ago. Things ain't looking too good here, Earl tells you. Some folk up and went missing a few nights ago. Them Whirlpool Worlds won't shut up. Don't know what you're doing here, but last time you Arkham folk came round, it was bad news. Very bad news. His eyes blink rapidly, and he coughs and looks away. Look, why don't you rest up for tonight and look for whatever you're looking for tomorrow? Zebulon chimes in, putting a wrinkled hand on your shoulder. You begin to protest, but your aching muscles and weary mind won't allow you to refuse. The elderly man offers to take you in for the night and drives you to his home at the outskirts of Dunwich village. The town is disheveled and eerie, and you find yourself wishing you hadn't come here at all. You fall asleep on the ride over and scarcely remember anything else from that night. When you awaken, you find that Zebulon's house is abandoned, and there is no sign of the elderly man or of Mr. Sawyer. Fearing the worst, you head into the village of Dunwich to investigate, hoping to find answers. Oof, that's good stuff. All right, so let's read these, and then we're good to go. Strange disappearances. Your welcome in Dunwich has been cold. A string of disappearances has left the already aloof townsfolk on edge. Most of them look at you with distrust, and few are willing to help with your investigation. Who knows what will happen if you don't find the location of the townsfolk soon? I know what's going to happen. Evilness. Searching for answers. The disappearances in town may be related to the events in Arkham. You suspect that something awful is afoot. You must find where the missing townsfolk are being held in order to unveil this conspiracy. Objective: when an investigator enters the hidden chamber, advance. Oh, that was fun. Oh my goodness me. Am I still streaming? TV's dead. Huh. I need to stop messing with Cthulhu.
You should still be live.
Am I still live?
We still have those remote power supply. Yeah.
Super creepy! Oh yeah, the screen just went dark. I just saw my own footage from like 30 seconds ago where everything just went dark. TV. I just finished reading the story and the creepiness, and suddenly, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, man.
You're still alive, though.
I'm still terrified, too.
You want me just kill this for now? Would that be easier?
Yeah, kill it.
Okay.
Before the beasties get me. Yeah, the lights just went out. Everything just basically powered down. Maybe lightning outside is probably what and then it all came back up. So, anyway. Whoa. I don't know. I think I'm getting too close to the truth in this game. That's what's happening. All right, so I'm just looking up here how I deal with light a candle and keep going. Okay, so the hidden chamber is hidden in there somewhere. And once I am assuming once I walk into one of these locations, I will reveal the card underneath it. And so I start here at the Village Commons. It has a resign ability, which is going to let me pull the plug on this story if I find I'm not doing so hot. Let me go ahead and draw my opening hand of 5 cards, and then I am good to go unless I want to mulligan that. So that's 5. Put this deck of cards aside somewhere. Don't need that there. And I've got a run for your life. That's good advice right now. The supplies there, emergency supplies. I've got a knife, I've got a guard dog, and clarity of mind, which lets me heal horror. It's not great, but that's okay. I don't think I have a permanent card in here, do I? I don't think I added a permanent card. Let me double check on that. Just to make sure. No, okay. So I have to clear the clues and then the card underneath reveals. Okay. I'm assuming it says that on the card because it doesn't really say that on the scenario there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play a knife for my first action. I'm going to play a guard dog for my second action. And for my third and final, I'm going to use the emergency supplies and give myself 3 supplies back. There we go. So that's it for my first round. Then we go on to the enemy phase. No enemies in play. Upkeep phase, in which I just draw a card and I gain a resource. And then top of the next round, which begins with the Mythos phase, and I add one of these to the agenda card, and then I read the top card of the Mythos deck there. Oh, I hate these birds! So, Eager for Death, Omen. Revelation, test 2 willpower. Increase this skill test difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. If you fail, take 2 horror. So it's actually a difficulty of 4 because I started with 2 physical trauma. Mental is 4 for me already. I am going to... garbage. Fine, I'm just going to deal with it. So it's an even match right now. -2. Well, that's bad. I take 2 mental damage because of the thunder and the lightning, and the birds are so very frightening. Oh. And then it's my turn again. So, 3 actions. I have a gun now. I don't know how I feel about having a knife. I will go ahead and spend 2 of these to put down Clarity of Mind, which comes into play with 3 charges on it. I'm going to use that to heal my sanity. Then I'm going to go ahead and move to... so from here I can go to the general store. I'm going to go ahead and go to the general store. How about that? So I'm going to move in there. That's my second action. It comes into play with 1 clue there. Has a shroud value of 3. That's how difficult it is to search. And it says, for 1 action, I can spend 1 resource, search the top 3 cards of your deck for an item, and add it to your hand, then shuffle. And then below that is what it lets me know. If there are no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath the store. Good. So it's clear there. Very well. I have 1 action left. I am no good at investigation. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the charges on Clarity of Mind and heal 1 of this horror. So there we go. And I'll just investigate next round. Hopefully, I'll draw something that'll help me out there. So, that's done. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, I'll draw a card. I gain a resource. Alright. Back to the beginning of the top of the round. Little doom. And some of that. This is an enemy, Servant of Many Mouths. A humanoid, spawns at any empty location. He retaliates, which means if I attack him and fail, he hits me back. And it also says that after I defeat him, I discover 1 clue at any location. That's pretty sweet. I'm going to put this creeper at the burned ruins. How about that? Can I get there? No. Okay, I'll put him at the schoolhouse because I can get there fairly easily. So that's where he is. I should mention also, by the way, that this is the first scenario which I have not played previously. I've played up to the Essex scenario, and I've played the side quest scenarios, and I've played, obviously, the stuff in the box, all of that stuff. But as far as the campaign, I've fallen behind enough that I actually haven't even gotten to this one yet, never mind the Carcosa storyline. So, all right, let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. I like it. You guys are coming up with some crazy stuff. Alrighty, so it is back to me. And I'll have to deal with that dude later on. So for 1 action, this is a great card to cancel an attack. I have the gun. I have the puppy dog. Yeah, the doggy says when an enemy deals 1 damage to the dog, I deal 1 damage to it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and investigate then because it's really, actually, that's really bad. Yeah, forget that. I'm going to spend 4 clues to put out my gun. This is my second hand worth of things. So I've got an ally, I've got 2 hands worth of things, and it comes into play with 4 ammo. And I've got the clarity of mind, which is a relic or a talisman. I forget what they call that symbol there. So there we go. So that's my first action. Second action, I'm going to move. And I can move from the general store right to the schoolhouse. Upon arriving at the schoolhouse, I reveal it. It says, while you are at the schoolhouse, you cannot commit skill cards to skill tests. Okay. And that if there are no clues, etc., etc. And then I engage with this character. Oh, good old servant of so many mouths. And then I am going to light this guy up like a Christmas tree. And so I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to use one of my my clips. I'm assuming each one is a full clip for the 45. It's not a single bullet, you know. All right, and so my total is going to be, my fight is 4 plus 1 from this. It deals plus 1 damage. His is 3. I'd need to, I'm beating him by 2 as of right now. Bam. Oh, I don't know what this is. -2 if you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location. I did not fail, however. I got him. And so, oh, I forgot to put a clue right here. And so since I just defeated him, after I defeat Servant of Many Mouths, discover 1 clue at any location, I will discover, I better get that one instead of that one because that's actually tougher. So I'll take this, gain that clue. And since there are no clues there, I'm going to reveal this. This is dangerous when I'm out of clues, when I'm out of actions rather. But whoop, rotting remains. Yeah, his remains. I just wailed on him. Test 3 willpower. For each point I fail, take 1 horror. Okay. And I cannot commit cards from my hand. Sweet, I succeed. Excuse me. All right. This is done. I know that the key, or the what's the other thing? The hidden chamber. Neither one of them is there. All right. That's done. Enemies attack. No such thing. In play. Upkeep. Draw a card. Gain a resource. And then we go to the top of the next round. 1 more token there, and I draw this. It's a hunting night gaunt. Monster, Okay, so he's a hunter. While attempting to evade it, I have to double the negative modifier of each revealed chaos token. So this spawns right where I am because it does not have a specific spawn ability. So I'm engaged with this now. Yeah, okay. And I will probably try to just eliminate it because it's going to be chasing me down because it's a hunter. And then I have my 3 actions. So, even though I could always just cancel the attack with this, but I fear I'm going to be dealing with much bigger stuff. I should have probably not healed that sanity quite yet for Run for Your Life to work. This lets me search for a weapon. I really shouldn't need that. Knife. I'm at 4. The knife gives me +1. This guy takes 4 hits to kill. Oh, that's super annoying. And I can still not commit skill cards to skill tests. If I try to run away, my total is 2, his is 1. The negative modifier will be doubled. Also not good. So I couldn't use this anyway here, even if I was allowed to play it. Yeah, if you've played this before and you're noticing that my locations are different from the ones you played with, it's because during setup I pick 1 of 2 of each. So 1 of 2 schoolhouse cards, 1 of 2 House in the Reeds cards, etc. I haven't looked at the other ones. They're just put away. Like I said, I haven't played this scenario before. All right, so I cannot commit cards. Do I just blow this guy away? Yeah, I guess I'll have to. Fine. I'm shooting it. My total is 4, 5. His is 3. And I do 2 damage. That is probably not good. It's -3. If I fail, I place 1 doom on the current agenda. I did indeed fail. I'm going to do it again for my second action. -2, I'm still okay with that. So he takes 2 hits. And then third and final action, I'll do it one last time. Whoop, did it? I know, I'm missing resources. I will. This dude is dead, by the way. Let me celebrate that. Hold on. I will never apparently remember that every time an enemy engages me, I get a resource. I'm just hoping that by the time I'm done with this entire campaign, I'll not need to be reminded of that. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it. That was all 3. And now, enemies, no upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. This is +1 willpower. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I'm already quite good at that, but this will let me get through some tests. All right. Top of the round. This is the 5th Doom on this agenda, so I'm almost there. And then I draw a card. Hunted Down. Now, this card is in the deck because the O'Banion gang had a bone to pick with me. And so they followed me here, as per the setup in the game. They followed me here, and they're going to be, they're looking for me because way back when I was visiting their illegal gambling den, I guess they thought it was somehow my fault that beasties from beyond showed up and wrecked the place. So, hey, whatever. Not my fault. Revelation. If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, Hunted Down gains Surge, which means I'll draw another card after this one. If there are 1 or more unengaged criminals in play, each of them moves 1 location towards you. Each criminal engages you. Okay, so there are no unengaged enemies in play. Therefore, I'm done with that, and I draw another card, Unhallowed Country. Revelation. Put this into play in your threat area. You cannot play ally assets. Treat the printed text box of each ally asset you control as if it were blank. Forced, at the end of the turn, I test 3 willpower. If I succeed, I discard this. That's not too bad. Okie doke. So, my 3 actions are as follows. I'm going to go ahead and put the Holy Rosary into play. Move this over a bit. I'll put that here so you can kind of see it there. Is that right? You can still see most of that? Yeah. So I'm going to put the Holy Rosary into play. That's going to help me get rid of this unhallowed country, I'm hoping. That is 1 action. I have not paid for that yet, right? No. Right? So first action. Second action, I am going to move. From here, I can go to the House in the Reeds. Boop. Second action. When I arrive there, it says, there's a clue there, and it also says, forced. After House in the Reeds is revealed, search the encounter deck for a Night Gaunt enemy and spawn it in the Village Commons. Shuffle the encounter deck. If there are no clues here, then I draw the thingy. Okay, Night Gaunt enemy. Night Gaunt, Night Gaunt, Night Gaunt. And he is at the Village Commons, and he has Hunter, however. He's going to be coming for me. All right. That was 1. I move for 2. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'll search there for 3. My total is 2. I'm going to discard this. I don't see myself. Well, maybe. Maybe I will need that. No, I'm just going to do a straight up test. My total is 2. Yeah. And the shroud of the location is 1. So here we go. That's not good enough. And therefore, I am done. So, enemy phase. Enemies with the hunter keyword are going to move towards the nearest investigator. The village commons does not have a direct link to the house in the reeds, and so it would have to go through the schoolhouse, let's say. And therefore, it will do that. It hunts for me by moving around the board. There are no other enemies in play. No. At the end of my turn, by the way, I need to check on this. Let me do that now, because it's not the end of the round, it's the end of my turn. It's 3, my total is 5. Yep, that's good enough. Therefore, this is done. And then upkeep. Draw a card, gain a resource. Bloop. Combat training. Oh, I like this. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Now we put the 6th Doom token on the agenda, and therefore it will advance. So we get rid of those, and we will take this and read the back of it. So here we go. Let me do this. Yeah. All right. So it says, whippoorwills gather along the gambrel roofs of Dunwich and begin to shriek in jubilation. That's probably not what those birds sound like. The people of Dunwich believe that the presence of whippoorwills foreshadows somebody's imminent death. Do they long for your death, or is the victim someone else? If there are 3 or more potential sacrifices, choose one of them at random and place it underneath the agenda deck without looking at it. Indeed, there are. And it's these. So underneath the agenda deck, without looking at it. Okay, it's this person here. I hope you make it. And that is done. Now the next stage also takes 6, and I need to draw one of these cards. Psychopomp's Song. These filthy birds. Surge, Peril. So Surge, again, draw another card once I'm done with this. Peril means if I was playing with multiple people, I would not read this out loud to them, and therefore I would make my choice in a vacuum. You know, I can't discuss it with them. So I would have to add this to any investigator's threat area, and then when I would take 1 or more damage, I take 2 additional damage, and I discard this jerk. So I'm putting it in my area. When I take damage next, I'm going to take 2 more. Good night. And then back to me. So I got to investigate that so I can flip the card under it. I don't have a lot of investigative power here. This is good for combat. Fine. I'm going to go ahead and put combat training in play for 1 resource. That's useful. Then I'll go ahead and investigate there and just brute force my way in there. It's a 2. I'm a 2. The shroud value there is 1. Oh, surge. Yes. Sorry. Let me back that up. Okay, there we go. Let's back all that up. I forgot the surge ability with the birdie. Mobster, retaliate. After he attacks me, I lose a resource, and so this jerk comes into play. Right where I am. There we go. my gun is out of bullets. When I engage with this guy, I gain a resource. Ha ha! I remembered one time in the entire campaign. Probably only remembered because he takes them away. Then I could stab the dude. That's always good. This, that. Okay. My total is 4 attack, 5 with the knife. Yeah, I'll just deal with this dude. Alright, so my total is 5, his is 2. Okay, stabby stabby for 1. First action. Again, stabby stabby. Oh, see, these plastic cases, that's the way to go. He's dead. That was my second action. For my third action, then I'll go ahead and do what I said I was going to do, which is put into play combat training. That's going to come in handy. All right, that's done. Then we go to the enemy phase, in which the hunting Night Gaunt moves from here to where I am, engages me. I get a resource, and then each engaged enemy would attack. And I'm going to go ahead and spend an action, spend 1 resource, and play dodge here. Fast, which means not an action to play. Play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location. Cancel that attack. I'll do that. So he's not attacking me, and then he's done. All right, then upkeep. Draw a card, gain a resource. Sweet. And I'm done. Next round. Do that. Test 3 willpower. My willpower is 5 because I have a holy rosary, so I'll just go ahead and try to pass that. -2, I still pass. Okay, where was it? I got rid of it, yes. And that's that. So, Night Gaunt, what a jerk. What a jerk this dude is. The problem with him is he takes forever to kill. It's 4 health points. So that's really the annoying part. That's the annoying part. I can definitely take him out, but over a bunch of rounds. But if I do 3 to him, and then when he hits me, I let it happen to my guard dog, he'll go down. Yes. Okay, I'll do that. So, as you all know, stabby, stabby. 4, 5 to his 3. -2, that's fine. He takes a hit for that. Second action. I know I'm not making enough progress here, but -1, that's fine. He takes a hit. Third and final action. Man. I'm going to discard the knife for this last one. It's +2 strength, +1 damage. All right. He's done. Knife is gone, but this guy's dead. And then enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, draw a card, gain a resource. What is that? Oh, that's cool. I forgot what this card was. All right, and then top of the round. Do that. Strange signs. Revelation, test 3, bookworm. I don't know what these things are called. If you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location, 2 clues instead if there are 3 or 4 investigators in the game. No, there's not. So, unfortunately, I am bad at this whole clue finding deal. So test 3 is actually pretty tough for me. And I'm not about to discard this card because I meant to use it. So, yeah. All right. I might get a pass here, but I doubt it. What? Yeah. -1 for each location in play with no encounter card underneath it. So I definitely don't pass. It's minus for each location in play. So 1, 2 locations. So this is -2. Yeah. Therefore, I have to add a clue to the location I am in. Very well. At least it's an easy location. Then my actions. For 1 action, I'm going to play Prepared for the Worst. It's 1 resource. It says search the top 9 cards of your deck for a weapon asset, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Weapons. Oh, machete. That's always promising. And it's also the only one. Ooh, my basic weakness was coming up. What's it do again? Discard all but 1 card from my hand. Okay, so machete it is. And then I shuffle this back in here. I don't have it played yet. It's just in my hand. Someone's asking about the capsules for the coins. They're cool. I like them a lot. Now, I thought this is what I got was this thingy here. It's 26 millimeters, 25 count. I got just the one. It's not enough to use on every single token, but I figured I would just get the one and see if I even liked it, and then get another one later on. But I do. I thought it was neat. All right. That's done. And I did 1 action. Second action, I'll go ahead and spend 3 of these and put that machete in play. See what happens now, beastie. And then for my last action, I really want to be able to search. But I'm bad at it. All right, I'll try it. 2 to 1. -3 if I fail to place 1 doom on the current agenda. Come on. There we go. That was all 3 of my actions. Enemies, no. Upkeep. Draw a card, gain a resource. Okay. I put 1 of these on the current agenda. It's up to 4 now, by the way. Bloop. On wings of darkness, I'm swooping down. Oh, I'ma kill you. You're gonna frown. Worst country song ever. Test for speed, footy things. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror, then disengage from each non-9 gun and move to a central location. For speed. I am failing this so much. And if this happens, I have to move to a central location, which is just Village Commons. I don't have a way to do this, yeah. Even though I could use my combat training for that, it gives me +2. Gives me +2. That makes it an even match. I would have 4. The test would have 4. I have to. I might. This is the new Doom token, clearly. -3 if I fail, I place 1 Doom on the current agenda again. So this thing is going to advance next Mythos phase. So I failed. I take 1 horror. I'm gonna Yeah, sure. And then the Psychopomp kicks into play, the bird song here. When you would take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage and discard this. Get rid of that, put that in play, and then I move to a central location. There we go. So that's done. Where was I? What did I just do? Mythos. Was that my Mythos phase draw? Is that what that was? Okay. And so now investigation phase. It's getting ugly out here. What am I gonna do? Could do the single clue here. I am just bad. The problem is this is clearly a scenario with a lot of investigation. And so say my Rex Murphy deck would be doing great here. But Zoe, she's struggling. Poor thing is struggling. What am I gonna do? I really should be able to investigate that location more effectively than I am. I have to walk through another place to get to it, though. And if I walk from here, I can go to the schoolhouse, I can go to Osborne's General Store, or I can go to a location which is not in play. That's the one that got removed randomly at the beginning of the game. All right. So an item, huh? Search for an item. If I did this, I could go over there and spend a resource and search for an item. That might be worth it. This doesn't really let me travel to too many places either, though. So I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, did I mess this up here? Non-direct horror must be assigned to combat training before it can be assigned to your investigator card. Okay. All right, good catch, good catch. I should have read that more closely. So unfortunately, I lose that, but I have one more brain juice left. No wonder that card is so good. I'm going to move here for 1 to the schoolhouse. For 2, back to the house in the Reeds, and for 3, I'll investigate. -1 is enough to pass, so I get 1 clue. Which is not much, but it's something. All right, enemies, no. Draw a card. Sweet, get a resource. And then I play one of these out, and the agenda advances, because that's 6. What do we got now? By the way, I should have read that before, but I'll just go ahead and do it now. I saw there was no game text here. As the sun sets, the frightened townsfolk retreat into their homes and lock their doors. It is clear to you that many of them know more than they are letting on. A sickening feeling turns over in your stomach as the village's true nature becomes clear. Dun dun dun! More of those filthy birds flock to Dunwich Village as the night progresses. The other townsfolk, notoriously superstitious, are terrified by the birds' presence. With the doors around you shut and locked, you find yourself alone in the streets of Dunwich. That's pretty creepy. If there are 2 or more potential sacrifices, choose one of them at random and place it underneath the agenda deck without looking at it. And indeed, there still are. I must be doing something wrong. All right, and then the next one says, feed the beast. The rhythmic screeching of the whippoorwills fills the night. if the superstitions of Dunwich are correct. Their song portends impending death. But for whom? And then I draw one of these. Eager for death. Okay, I'll deal with you in a second. For future reference, Z, with combat training, you can assign to allies or assets. I thought it said non-direct horror must be assigned to combat training before it can be assigned to your investigator card. Okay, so it doesn't have to go here first. I could have given it to the guard dog, but then he goes down at 1. So yeah, all right, well, then I'm changing my mind. And I'm giving it to the Holy Rosary. Done. How about that? It's not cheating if you're playing solitaire, is what I've heard. So, eager for death. Yes, yes, quite. Test 2 willpower. Increase the skills test difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. If you fail, take 2 horror. Oh, jeez. So I have 5 damage on me. So the difficulty is 7. 7. Right. All right. Let's test it just in case, because some jerky stuff might happen, but I'm not passing this test. My total is 5. Minus 2, I fail, and I take 2 horror, which I could take, and in fact, if I do take it, well, I can't take it. I have to give it to combat training or something else or whatever. I really don't want the doggy to go away. It's my guard doggy, but I have to give 2 horror somehow. How? Cthulhu, speak to me, beast. Holy Rosary is 1 by the other. Oh, man, that sucks. All right, fine. It's got to go. Alrighty. Done. I hate those birds. That is... Oh, those birds. That's done. Back to me. What am I doing here? Vicious blow. This lets me defeat a beastie. This lets me run for my life. I'm going to go ahead and search. Investigate, rather. My total's 2. It needs 3. I'm sorry, it takes 1. I have 2. Minus 1 is enough. I did it. So I get this clue, and then I immediately reveal the card underneath it. It's just something else. Ancient Evils. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance, but it will not. That was 1 and 2, correct? For my third action, I'm going to go ahead and move. No. Because if I hit my own doom card, my weakness card, I'm going to lose my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now to get 3 supplies. Just in case that jerkiness happens. There we go, 3 supplies. And then enemies, there are no enemies in play. And then upkeep, I draw a card. Ho, 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 I called it. Called it. I can only keep 1 card. Well, this running away isn't going to work out. This deals +1 damage. This lets me heal horror after I defeat a beastie. This is some straight up strength. I'll keep the overpower. Yeah, I'll do that. So I drew a card, gained a resource, and then top of the round with some doom. Draw a card. Oh, it's another one of these stupid singing birds. Search, peril. He's going to hurt me a little more when I get hurt. Then I draw another one. And it's another servant of many mouths. Though this guy has even more mouths than the other die. He spawns somewhere empty. Like, where do I want to put this guy? He lets me discover a clue at the location. At any location. I do want to deal with it. Yeah, I'll put him over here. Congressional Church. That's where he is. Alrighty. And then I get to do my thing. So I'm going to, for one action, I'm going to go ahead and move from the house in the reeds. I can go to the church. That reveals. And this character engages me. The church reads. It has one clue. And it says, choose and I can take an action which allows me to choose and discard a card from my hand, and I gain 2 resources. And it has a trigger which, again, when it's full of clues, clear of clues, I get to see the card underneath it. Which is really not happening here for me. So, this jerk, I'm going to go ahead and attack it. I've got my machete. Gives me +1. If it's the only enemy engaged with me, it deals +1 damage. My total being 5 combat. He takes 3. I should be able to take him out. So here we go. This is -1 for each location with no encounter card underneath it. There are 3. Are you kidding me? There are 3, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. So my total was 4, 5. I needed this to only be a -2, or better than that. This is a -3. Therefore, I fail. He retaliates, hits me for 2, but I'm going to go ahead and use the guard dog for that. And I could even tap the guard dog and deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy, but it really won't matter. I'll do it anyway. I want him to have a little revenge. So I do that. Yeah, because I'm not doing so good with health-wise myself. So that was 1 action. Second action was attacking this guy. Yes. Third action, I'm going to attack him again. Same deal. Is there anything going on? Here we go. Ooh, +1 is what I'm talking about. Dead. And after I defeat it, I gain a clue at any location. I'm going to get this one because it's proving to be a little difficult. There we go. If there are no clues, draw the encounter card underneath it. I will draw this card. Hunted down. It's some more of the gang. There are no unengaged criminals in play. This gains surge. That's it. Right? Yes. I guess I draw another one of these. Actually, I don't know how that works. So this card has surge. I drew it from here. I am assuming I should then draw another card from the deck. Does that sound about right, folks? What do you think? I'm guessing that's right. Let's see what you all think I should be doing here. Have I engaged any enemies that I need to be getting resources for? No, right? I haven't fought anybody. Or did I get one dude? Oh no, yeah, I forgot the one resource for that one big mouth dork. Alright, what? Kidnapped. Revelation, test 4 willpower or 4 footy flights. If I fail, I add an ally asset I control to the pool of potential sacrifices, then attach kidnap to the current agenda. If there are no ally assets, or if I have no ally assets, I take 2 damage and discard kidnapped instead. Hold on, this cat is trying to kidnap my dog? Oh no, sir. Oh, I don't think so. What's wrong with you? Fine, but okay, fine. If it has to be my guard doggy. So I'm going to go ahead and test my willpower, of course. My total is 4. The kidnapper's thing is 4. Oh man, this is messed up. -1. No, not my puppy. What a jerk. Alright, so I failed. I add this asset to the pool of potential sacrifices. Then I attach kidnapped to the current agenda deck. And when the agenda advances, I choose a potential sacrifice at random and place it underneath the agenda deck. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here to remind me of that. I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the sleeve. And I will add it to the potential victims. It's kind of weird that they want my doggy. Is your dog chipped? That could help. Oh, that's hilarious. Wrong time period, I think. I don't think it's going to work out. All right. This hasn't happened yet? No. See, if that had happened, if I had not had an ally in play, that dude would have given me 2 damage, and this would have given me another 2, and that's just about insta-kill, I think. 3, 5, that's 4. I guess I would have gotten away with giving the dog 1, so almost insta-kill. Okay, where was I, folks? Keep getting lost in my turns. I drew that dude. Oh, I see. I investigated. I did this under here. I found the hunted down, which had surge. Therefore, I drew kidnapped. And I don't remember how many actions I have used. I don't recall. I know I moved in here for 1. Fought that guy for 2 and then 3, and that was the end of it. Yeah, I'm done. So, enemies. There are no enemies in play. Upkeep. I'll draw a card, and I'll gain a resource. Hey, look at that. Would you look at that? A flashlight. Gee, thanks for showing up, jerk. And then top of the round. So there we go. And my favorite of all of the cards, this Aloof Monster. So this is going to hang out with me, just sort of floating above me, unless I want to snatch it out of the air and beat it up, which I could do. And then it's going to basically give me -1 to all my skill tests. And it's just sort of, it's wherever I am, hanging up above me there. Unless I want to walk away from it. Or, again, punch it in the face. All right. -1 to everything, huh? I hate you so much. This is a hand. If I play this, I have to get rid of my gun. Which is fine. It's out of bullets anyway. 2, -2. That's still not great. I really got to get rid of the bird. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to engage this thing for 1 action. Then I'm going to attack it for my second action. My total is 4, +1 for the machete, -1 for the bird. So I'm at 4, he's at 2. That is enough to pluck this thing. Alouette, gentle alouette. Alouette, Alouette, je te plumerai. I'm gonna rip out your face. Cthulhu has got me in his grasp. That was 1, 2, and for 3, I'm gonna put out the flashlight, which comes into play with 3 charges. And I forgot, I get one of these for engaging that beast. That was 3. I'm done. No beasties in play. I'll draw a card and I will gain a resource. Another flashlight. That's what happened. I got to get rid of the 45 because I only have 2 hands. Top of the round, I'm going to play one of these on Feed the Beast. Sometimes you got to feed the beast. I hate this bird. Stupid animal. Alright, guess what? You want some too? Do you? Fine. I'm going to engage this thing for 1. I get a resource for doing that. Then out comes the machete again. Same deal. My total's 4. His total's 2. Bam. Yeah, bird. Take it. That thing is done. That was 1, 2. For 3, I'll investigate here, and I'm going to use my flashlight to do so. -2 shroud to the location. I'm beating it by 2. Here we go. Oh, yeah, baby. +1. That means I get this last clue from it. And I get whatever's underneath to reveal itself. Look at that. I found it. The hidden chamber. Well, I had to find it, didn't I? Because it's literally, this is the chamber and this is the key. Ugh, I did this badly. So I put the hidden chamber into play. It is connected to the location that I just found it in. So it's the hidden chamber apparently is underneath the Congregational Church. And then the door to it is locked unless I find the key. And the key is going to be that card right there. So there we go. That was my 3rd action. I'm done. Draw a card, gain a resource. Okay, and then top of the round again. Do that. This is getting dangerously close to the end, unfortunately. Draw that, Ancient Evils. Oh, no. Oh, that's it. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. I'm at 6. But that means I got 1 round to do this. That's it. Well, that sucks. I'm going to move into the Burned Ruins for 1 action. Oh my goodness, it's got 3 clues on there? How am I supposed to find 3 clues? I will never find this key. Alright, this one says, after you fail a skill test while investigating the Burnt Ruins, I flip a clue token on the Burnt Ruins to its doom side. Huh. Okay. I'll never make it. I have to find the key, walk back over here, and walk into the... Yeah, okay. Well, I'm basically done here, but I'll still try it. What else am I going to do? Here we go. Clue searching. Giving up a token from the flashlight. So one supply gone from the flashlight. My total's 2. The Burnt Ruins shroud is zip. I'm not losing. Someone said, oh, Z absolutely is losing this one. I'm now, no. Talking about, hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, yeah, baby. This is a bajillion. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is -5 now. So, yes, I lost that. But if I fail, I flip one of these over. That's good. It won't matter anyway. Then I'm going to do it again. Second test. Another flash from the flashlight. Yeah, baby! Now I've got tentacles again, and this is somehow worse than just losing. It's a skull. Okay, I'm flipping another one. And then third time. Right? Yeah. Third time is the charm here. With no flashlight this time, baby. I'm just grasping around in the darkness. Oh, -3. If you fail, place 1 doom on the current agenda. Sure. What's it matter? It would take 2. Here's 2 dooms for you. There you go, buddy. And then I failed, so this is flipped over. There are technically no clues there. So I get this. And it's the key. Check that key out. Key to the chamber. Revelation, I take control of it. And if the hidden chamber is connected to your location, I would attach the key to the hidden chamber. But it is not, so I'm just hanging on to the key for right now. Then, enemies, no. Draw a card, gain a resource. Okay, oh, that would have been so useful about an hour ago. And then, top of the round, I add another Doom token, but hey, you know. And then it definitely advances because there's quite a bit of Doom in play. And it's cleared off of everything that has Doom. And we reveal this card. So the whirlpool worlds that have been cawing through the night scatter in unison as if they are somehow satisfied with the turn of events. Each investigator must immediately resign. Okay, I resign. And then we're gonna go over here and see what's going on with that. I figured it would say like, oh, you're dead or something, but the resigning resolution must be pretty bad. So let's see, resigned. I'm gonna read this, folks. So if no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. I resigned. The cries of the whirlpool worlds fade into the distance, and the town of Dunwich is filled with an eerie silence. All that can be heard is the dry whistle of the chill wind, and the slow rustling of dead leaves. There is no sign of the missing townsfolk, nor will there ever be again. Wow, that's dark. In your campaign log, record that the ritual was completed. Okay. Come here. Hold on, I gotta get this pen. Come here. Come on. Come on, Cthulhu! I got it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Completed that ritual again. And I really hope that my puppy's fine. Oh, my poor puppy. He was such a... What rhymes with fine? Divine. There we go. Oh, my doggy. What am I writing? Ritual was completed. So the ritual was completed. But I'm going to put it in quotes. Completed? Technically. Then what? If there were any potential sacrifices remaining at the end of the game, place them underneath the agenda deck. Why? So hold on. In your campaign log, record that the ritual was completed. If there were any potential sacrifices remaining at the end of the game, place them underneath the agenda deck. Yeah, these are potential sacrifices, so they're all going under the agenda deck? Oh my. In your campaign log, under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth, record the names of each unique card that is underneath the agenda deck. Each of those cards are removed from all players' decks and can no longer be included in any player's decks for the remainder of the campaign. Unique cards, though. If an investigator with the Necronomicon in his or her deck was defeated, something else happens, but I never got the Necronomicon. I failed to recover it. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Each investigator earns a bonus 2 experience as he or she gains insight into the hidden world of the mythos. And do I have any victory? Technically, the hidden chamber is in play with no clues at it. Is that right? So that's victory 2 right there. And at no point at no point did I defeat anything else. That had victory score. Right? No, none of these people do. All right. So my total victory, my unspent experience is 2 for the hidden chamber. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then 2 bonus as I have peered into the mythos. So my total is 6 unspent right now. I had 2 left over. And then sacrifice to the big bad are all these people. Dr. Francis Morgan, gone. Earl Sawyer, bye. Warren Rice, Professor, done. Guard dog, not a named character. You know, it doesn't have the dot. And then Zebulon Watley, gone. However, I need to double check with this. Call PETA. Someone call PETA right now. So record the names of each unique card under the agenda deck. Each of those cards are removed from all players' decks and can no longer be included in any player's decks for the remainder of the campaign. So is the doggy gone? I'm confused. It's not a unique card. I'm guessing I lose it though. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and write down these people's names in the log here just to remind me that I failed miserably. And that's all she wrote. So I found the key just too late. My flashlights weren't showing up. My hyper awareness, which would have definitely helped me investigate, was not coming along. So it's pretty rough all around. But I really like the scenario. This is a good one. So that's all there is to it. Let's switch back up here. Sad trombone indeed, wah wah. So I keep the dog, I don't keep the dog. Oh yeah, give him the intro again. Tell him what's what. I'm starting all over. Can they hear me?
Yeah, they hear you.
Okay. All right, so let's see. So I don't keep the dog. Okay. I'm confused. All right. Anyway, someone's asking me what kind of sleeves I'm using. I will show you. I am using this kind here. These are Ultimate Guard Supreme sleeves, standard sized for the American sized cards. And so these happen to be orange, of course, but this deck is the color I'm using, this cool blue-green. So yeah, that's what they are. Ultimate Guard, 80 units come in here. So that should give you an idea of what I'm using. I really like them. I'm not much of a... I don't sleeve particularly much, but for this I figured I would sleeve the player decks just to help it out in the shuffling a little bit. and I've been playing a lot, so. My head looks very shiny. Yes, I just shaved this morning. That would be why. Is the dog a character? It's an ally. It's not a uniquely named ally, though. That's why I'm not sure. The wording is as follows. It says, if there were any potential sacrifices remaining at the end of the game, place them underneath the agenda deck, and that's everything that was set up aside. That's fine. And then, in your campaign log, under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth, record the names of each unique card that is underneath the agenda deck, which is those 4 dudes. Each of those cards are removed from all players' decks and can no longer be included in any player's decks for the remainder of the campaign. I'm assuming the assumption is, yes, that dog is gone, but I just go and get me another dog. A better dog. Tactical dog.
Somebody looked it up on BGG and said you keep it.
I'm keeping that dog. Someone looked it up on BGG. I'm keeping my dog. It's the dog. It's like a dog adjacent. I cloned it. It's a little. I just hope it doesn't turn out to be like the Thing kind of dog. You know, can I trust the dog? Is there going to be like a monster living in it? It did get kidnapped and experimented on. I don't know how I feel about that. Someone says they were going to kill it, but he's just too darn cute. So someone says, remember that if you bring the Shroud of a location to 0, the only way you can lose the test is if you're drawing tentacles, because your base skill cannot go beneath 0. That's true. So every time I check it, if I'm a -3, then I reset to 0 and I pass. I might have done that erroneously. I'm not sure if I messed that up once or twice. Maybe I did. I might have. But hey, I was nowhere near winning that one. All right, any other questions, everybody? Like I said, this was my first scenario that I had not played before at all. This was my first go at this. And I'm really digging the callbacks is what I'm enjoying here to previous parts of the scenario. Like people who got kidnapped, they got kidnapped, and they show up in this. I have another chance, I'm assuming I'd have another chance to rescue those people. The fact that that the gang, the Albanian gang, had a bone to pick with me, so they followed me to Dunwich and showed up and bothered me and stuff. I like all that, and this one, the only thing about this specific scenario is that it's definitely investigation heavy. And Zoe here is just not very good at that unless I happen to draw my hyper-awareness or I draw my flashlights. I am very bad at that. Every time a beastie showed up, I punched it in the mouth, but the investigation, not so much. All right. Doggate 2018. All right, what else have we got here? Any questions? How many times do you try a scenario for? How many times have you tried a scenario before it got the same? I guess you mean how replayable do I find these scenarios? Well, for what I'm doing here now, I'm going through them one time each. Just barreling through. If I win, lose, or bananas, I keep going. But normally, I've played some of the scenarios I've played them a bunch of times, and they don't get samey to me. I mean, yeah, you know the story, right? But this is not a game that hinges on just the story. The story is great. It's a lot of flavor. It's engaging. I like all of that. But it's still a good game. It's not a choose-your-own-adventure that once I've read the tale, I know what's going to happen. There's no choice. There's no interest there. There's no drama besides the story. In this one, now that I know what this all, like the locations, I know what's on the other side. Well, technically, because it's 1 out of 2. So there's a lot of replayability built into this scenario specifically. But assuming even I just set all this up again right now, it would be a very different game. I might even, who knows, I might even win. I know that's crazy talk, but hey, I got a brand new dog. Papa needs a brand new dog. So, What else we got? Can you play this solo using 2 players? How does the solo and 2-player games differ? Yes, you can do that, but yeah, the peril thing won't make any sense because you can't hide the information from yourself. I think solitaire in this game works fantastically. Solitaire with 1 character. You are that character. If you're playing 2 people, it breaks a little bit of that role-playing vibe, right? It's super fun to dig into 1 character, be that person. If you want to play with someone else, that's great, and they are someone else. But I don't see a reason to run this two-handed. Everything is twice as difficult two-handed. There is no, oh, I'm doing twice as much damage. Everything that scales doubles with 2 people. You know, clues, like all of these locations would have taken, instead of 1 clue, 2. Instead of 1, 2. You know, many of them anyway. Not all of them, but many of them. So, all right, what else? The investigators are so different, it really helps with replay. Absolutely, I agree that the investigators are all very different. The ones available in the expansions are awesome. The upcoming ones look great. Yeah, okay. So that's basically it. All right, that took about an hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm counting the time I'm chatting here with you. So it's pretty good. Good game length. All right, everybody, so I'm going to call it. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to clean all this up and go and dust myself off for the next one. Following this scenario, let's take a peek here. We've got, after this one, where am I at here? Miskatonic, Essex County Express. After this one, which is Blood on the Altar, we've got Undimensioned and Unseen. And I, for one, I'm creeped out. So join me again for that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that next week or the week after, but, you know, just stay tuned for it. We'll post it so you see it coming ahead of time when I'm going to go live and do the thing. Please come on back and join me so you can, A, help me out. I clearly need the help. But also just hang out with me and enjoy this story and the evolving craziness together. So that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. Once again, I'm Z Garcia. You've been watching me play this craziness, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.